Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to lesson number 2 for nonfiction text features. Again, nonfiction text are text or articles, books that are true. Again, you want to be sure to open up your guided notes and be sure to complete them as you're watching the video. So here are your guided notes for this lesson. Make sure that you get through all of the pages that are there. There are 3 pages. Make sure that you finish all of the blank lines and all of the boxes. So our text features. Text features, again, help the reader to quickly find important information, and they teach us about the topic that is listed in that book or text or article, and they can help the reader answer questions about a topic or a text that you are reading. So some of the text features that we're going to look at today are titles, captions, headings, subheadings, close-up, and cross-section, and finally labels. So our first word that we're going to look at, or non-text feature, are titles. This tells the reader the topic of the text. It's just like the title of a book, any book that you would be reading. The title serves to build your interest and anticipation. They sometimes only give you a snippet of the information you'll find there so that it could pique your interest about what might be in that book. And the title focuses you as the reader on what you're about to read. Next, we have our captions. So this explains what is shown in the picture or illustration. Here we have a picture of some cheetah, and the caption underneath here next to the red arrow tells you that the picture are cheetah kittens that love play fighting, and it gives you a little bit more information. So a caption helps you understand information that may or may not be in the text. A lot of times captions are additional information that is not written in the actual text. Then we have our headings. This is a big one. Headings tell us what the passage is about. So headings tell of the main idea of each section. So if you look at this, the very first thing we have are spelling tips. That's our heading for this section, and they are typically printed in large or bold type to make them stand out. So your heading is always at the top of each section. And headings help the reader locate information in the text by telling you where to look. These are the type of information that you would find in your table of contents. Now the subheadings fall underneath the headings, and this divides the text into sections and tells the main idea of each section. So if you look at our example below, we have multiple subheadings under the heading of spelling tips. So subheadings chunk text into smaller pieces, where our first one is under spelling tips, which is our heading. The next subheading or smaller section is learn words and groups. Then we have helpful phrases. Subheadings are printed in large or bold type to make them stand out also, just like the heading. But again, our heading goes at the top of a section, where the subheadings are smaller chunks of the text. And this helps the reader locate even more specific information about a topic. Next, we have our close-ups. So this helps the reader see what something looks like from close up. So a close-up or zoom goes to a closer view of an object. It shows the object with more detail. Then we have our cross-section. This helps the reader see what something looks like from the inside. So when we look at in the picture, for example, an orange or a grapefruit, we only see the outside of the orange, but when we do a cross section, that means we open it up and you can see what's on the inside. So a cross section is a piece cut out from a picture or a diagram to see how the parts or sections are arranged. Next, we have our labels, and this helps the reader name the parts of a photograph or picture. So for example, we have a picture of a flower here. Labels provide information by pointing out an object within a picture, such as the leaf next to the blue arrow, or the stem that is labeled, or the roots. Lines or arrows point to the object in the picture. Sometimes you have those, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they're just written over part of the picture or photograph, as you see here. So again, please don't forget to finish your guided notes that go along with this lesson.